Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're holding strong in this crypto bear market. I have some very positive news for you guys. Today, November 27th, was the Consensus Invest Conference, which is hosted by CoinDesk. And as I stated in yesterday's video, we could potentially hear some massive news. And man, did we hear massive news today. A lot of big stuff. So bear with me. There's a lot to go through, but it's definitely worth to listen to all of this because it's all important. Remember, education is power, right? The knowledge is power. You need to know what's going on in the market so you know what to expect, how to build your strategy of buying and selling and things along that line. And also that you don't get, shifted or moved by the prices, because you have to look at the bigger picture and look at the moves happening behind the scenes. The first is, and really the highlight of the Consensus Invest, was the SEC's Jay Clayton, chairman Jay Clayton was there. He was interviewed. Remember what I said, this is significant because the SEC is now opening up, working with a lot of these crypto companies. We see them launching ICO guides. We see them going after ICOs and making them list as securities. We see them going after exchanges. So they are making moves and trying to progress now versus what they've been dragging their feet before. So this is a very good sign. They are now in the same room with all the big players such as Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, Goldman Sachs, all the crypto investment and hedge funds were there. So everybody was there together. So as you can imagine, they're all talking to each other, working with each other now. So very good sign for the future and what's to come. Now, two major takeaways from what Jay Clayton had to say. The first is he talked about the ETF. And he was asked a question, is there an ETF coming? When will you guys approve? Well, as I've been stating for months and months, and people get annoyed by it because they say, why you keep repeating there's manipulation? Because there's manipulation, and I'm trying to educate a lot of the new investors and also remind you guys that the price swings and so forth, don't focus on it, and that's why you have to be careful with technical analysis. Technical analysis is fine. It's great. In a market that's heavily manipulated and very volatile because of the young or in the early stages, it's not going to be as accurate as it is for the stock market. That's all I'm saying. And Jay Clayton clearly says here, crypto ETF needs exchanges free from manipulation. Essentially, he's saying there's manipulation that we see, and we're not going to approve the Bitcoin ETF until that's cleared out. Now, this shouldn't put a damper on our, the ETF being approved maybe early next year, because what have they been doing, as I just mentioned, going after ICOs and exchanges. So let me just even pull up the news here, guys, for related to the SEC, so I'm not BSing you. I would like to show you facts, right? And let's see here. The SEC's recent rulings are more about exchanges than ICOs. So they have been making progress and going after, 4 more ICOs hit with cease and desist. So they're doing their thing, guys, and this is a good sign. The SEC settles securities registration charges against 2 ICO startups. So they are making moves. And so he's clearly stating, like, look, we want to do this, but we need the manipulation out. And that's what I've been saying all along, guys. So the reason why I say that is you have to keep it in the back of your mind as a core principle of this young market. There's market cycles, bear and bull. There's manipulation. And you also have to understand we're in an infrastructure stage. Things are being built out. So we just got to be patient, guys. And let me move ahead because there's a lot to cover here. Well, he also talked about, guys, XRP. Well, not directly, I should say. He alluded to certain things about, what is considered a security and all of that. And then he was asked straight up by the moderator, the host there, asking him, is XRP a security? He refused to answer the question. Now, a couple of things here. You and I know at this point, Ripple XRP is not a security. Maybe 2 years ago it was, but the way Ripple has positioned XRP, where they don't control, they only control about 7% of the validators. You guys have seen that. And they've they've added a new validators. It says updated. Ripple has updated its, shout out to XRP Research Center. It's validated default UNL, including the following independent validators: University of COSIA, University of California, Berkeley, Alloy Networks, NTT Communications. And let's see here. This original message was from Rabbit. So shout out to this person as well. So Ripple has made moves to go more decentralized, right? And if you notice, I believe that's why they launched this spring initiative where XRP can have multiple use cases where, they can't say that the SEC can really say, well, you did it for this, for just funding of your business and that type of thing. We know what XRP is going to be used in XRapid as a bridge currency, but they've been using it for other ways. Obviously, you have the coil for micropayments and all of that. So I'm not worried about this because I read through the facts and I know the FUDsters, a lot of the Bitcoin maximalists are, chomping at the bit. They're waiting. They're spreading FUD now because of the things that have been happening. But remember, what has Ripple been doing as well? They've been lobbying the Washington, D.C. politicians, paying them in XRP. So remember that, and remember how the politics works here in the United States. What else have they been doing? Remember, people tried to sue Ripple. A bunch of lawsuits, some got thrown out. There's one, I believe, still moved to the federal court, and they've hired former top SEC officials. So, and also they've been working with the regulators since the beginning. So, if the SEC, and I'm presenting this to get you to think about this, if the SEC has been going after ICOs and making companies register their tokens as securities, why haven't they gone after the number 2 crypto? That would be the first place to start, right? It's the biggest. It has the most people investing in it because, guys, they're not going to rule that it's a security. You have to understand the moving parts here and the fact that Ripple's working with governments and central banks around the world. So, and that's why I highlighted this. They've been lobbying politicians. So that's why the SEC hasn't moved on it. They haven't talked about it. They're working with Ripple, and that's why Ripple's making these updates to become fully decentralized, because I'm not ignorant or stupid, and I'm not going to say that it was never centralized. It was in the beginning. But they worked towards becoming more decentralized with the way the whole how XRP is handled, the way it's being used, its utility, the validators. So that's why I'm confident and in the alignment of XRP to the securities laws. It is not a security at this point. And I believe that's how the SEC is going to rule. Because guess what? If it was a security, they would have already come out. What's the delay? What's the delay? Why didn't he just answer it? Why are they going after other ICOs? Why didn't they just go after Ripple? This is where you got to put your thinking cap on, right? Connect the dots here, guys. So some other interesting stuff that happened around XRP. Someone moved like billions of XRP today. And Whale Alert, which you guys can follow where they highlight where massive movements of different crypto. And the first transfer was 40 million of XRP transferred from Ripple over-the-counter distribution wallet to an unknown wallet, so an OTC wallet. See what's happening here? Then it was 850 million move transferred from a Ripple OTC distribution wallet to an unknown wallet, and then over 749 million XRP transferred from Ripple OTC again, and then near 1 billion XRP transferred. Something is happening here, and it could be some financial institutions getting their XRP to some of those banks. I don't know, but this is significant, guys. This happened today, just about 6-7 hours ago. Very big movement. So something's gearing up to happen. And the fact that so many exchanges are listing XRP and so many, a lot of these, a lot of companies are adopting it as payments, accepting it as payments, and the things that are happening is another indicator of they're not going to make it a security. They would have already done it if that was the goal. But they are working with Ripple, and Ripple's doing what they need to do to be in alignment. So hope you guys grasp that. I'm showing you the facts, and I'm hoping you think about this logically. I know the haters are going to come, and they're going to say XRP security. They've been saying that for, I don't know, the past 4 years or whatever. Just one of the FUD items. Now, Nasdaq plans to pursue Bitcoin futures despite plunging prices, reported by Bloomberg here. This was one of the big news that came out today, guys. Nasdaq, the stock exchange. Do you see where we're headed, guys? And they are moving ahead despite the prices being low. Why? They're looking long term, not short term. That's how you should be looking at it as well. Nasdaq Incorporated is moving ahead with a plan to list Bitcoin futures, according to two people familiar with the matter, being on a sustained interest despite the cryptocurrency's dramatic plunge over the year. Nasdaq has been working to satisfy the concerns of the U.S. main swaps regulator, the CFTC, before launching the contracts. The people said the New York exchange operator, which was first reported to be eyeing Bitcoin's futures last year, wants to allow trading in the first quarter of 2019. Bakkt is also launching in the first quarter of 2019. The final ETF review date for the Bitcoin ETF is in February 2019. We've been hearing guys like Mike Novogratz and so forth saying February 2019 is when we're going to start seeing the market go back up. So I don't believe in coincidences. I believe the pushback of Bakkt's launch was on purpose. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I'm giving my opinion, an educated guess. I believe we'll see the start of a bull run when that ETF is approved. And I think it could happen in February. So let's see what happens. Like I said, I could be wrong. So please, some of you guys who don't understand the idea of a prediction versus a certainty, please go read up the definition between the two, because I still say people coming, what happened to your bull run prediction? Like I've always said, I could be wrong. Yes, but I could be right. But no one can accurately predict the future. So please just retain that information, some of you. Next, this is big. 10 crypto firms are forming a new group to bring order to the digital asset market. Why? Because the SEC knows what's going on with manipulation and all of that. So they're trying to form a coalition and really help make the market a more regulated and secure place. So 10 of the largest cryptocurrency firms are banding together to form a working group to establish new standards for the nascent digital currency market. The so-called Association for Digital Assets Market could serve as a precursor to a self-regulatory organization. The announcement follows that of two other working groups aspiring to look like SROs. Let me see. So the name of it is called Association for Digital Asset Markets, or ADAM, as an abbreviation there. Has been meeting in recent months to create a code of conduct for firms operating in crypto, according to Chad Casgrilla, the co-founder of Paxos. His company, a blockchain firm and crypto exchange operator, is one of the 10 founding members of ADAM. Others include market-making firms such as Genesis Global Trading and Hudson River Trading. So you see what's happening here? These guys are not wasting their time. These guys are not doing this for fun. They're in it to make money. And that's why I said, don't look at the prices. Look at what the big money is doing. Look at the moves they're making. And this is a clear indication of what's to come. They're going to try to make this market as legit as possible. Move it to the way the stock market is. Because if you want big money to come in, you need that type of reputation, that there's not manipulation. There's not all these like stupid FUD statements and all these nonsense. You know what I mean, guys? So that's why you got to keep holding and be patient. Now, Mike Novogratz is part of this. He tweeted here, given all the bad news of this crypto liquidation, it's nice to welcome Digital Assets Market, the association. Well, that's their handle, the Association of Digital Asset Markets. Galaxy Digital is pleased to be a founding ADAM member. So you got big guys part of this. Cumberland also said we're proud to be a founding member of ADAM as well. So that's definitely important what they're doing, and definitely some big things happening here. Now, Andreessen Horowitz, another major crypto investment firm. We've talked a bit about them on this channel before. backed Harbor kicks off security token platform with a sale of a 20 million mega dorm. So Harbor, the security token platform with blue chip backers, is set with its first offering. Investors will be able to buy a small slice of giant mega dorm, which houses students at the University of South Carolina. The tokens won't trade immediately and won't be quite as easy to move as shares of stocks, but will bring liquidity to a traditionally illiquid market. So what is this? Why am I sharing with you? This is what I've been talking about, STOs, asset-backed tokens, and this is where we're headed. And they're now offering a piece of this university building or whatever it is here, and it called the mega dorm or whatever it is, and we're moving to the tokenized economy, right? So everything's going to be tokenized, and it's going to be much easier for people to invest. And obviously, using blockchain technology, you can validate and trust in that because you see all the information on the blockchain, and obviously it's validated by multiple parties. Harbor has officially launched its platform to tokenize private securities. The firm announced Tuesday, and it's kicking off things with a sale of tokenized real estate investment trust representing a stake in a $20 million mega dorm. So backed by Andreessen Horowitz, Panthera Capital, and other firms, this is where we're moving, guys. This is the future. And if you saw yesterday, who invested in a platform to do that? Ripple Spring, Coinbase, and Blockchain Capital into Securitize. Securitize, if you saw my interview with one of the co-founders, is a platform that allows you to launch a STO, a security token offer, and obviously a asset-backed token. So very big things ahead for the future of this market. This is where it's going to head, where real estate, different stuff is going to be tokenized. So huge stuff ahead, guys. Obviously, like I said, there's a lot to cover, so I don't want to read through all of this. So moving ahead to the next item here. El-Erian, crypto will become more widespread but not dominant. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you, he was at Consensus Invest. He is a chief economic advisor. Mohammed El-Erian said Tuesday that he believes cryptocurrencies will become more widespread, but as part of a broader ecosystem. He says there are two confusions made. People call it a currency or an asset class. What is it? It's part of a commodity complex. I think cryptocurrencies will exist and will become more and more widespread, but they will be a part of an ecosystem, he went on to remark. So he thinks they're going to be widespread and adopted, but he says it's not going to be dominant. I don't know when he says dominant. Maybe he's saying that it won't take over stocks. Who knows at this point, right? It's hard to tell, but could it rival stocks? Sure. I don't know if it will overtake stocks, but we'll have to see. If companies like Ripple do significantly well, where they don't even need to do an IPO because they have this utility token that's being used, by big banks and financial institutions, and it's a game changer, changes the world, the way money moves and so forth. And you have other projects similar to that where it's revolutionary. It could be bigger than stocks. I don't know. That's just his opinion, but obviously he understands the potential here, and he's saying it's going to be widespread. It's here to stay. It is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. This new asset class is here to stay. So Coinbase launches trading desks for institutional investors. They have launched their own OTC. This is another news that came out today, guys. I'm telling you, it's nonstop news today, and no surprise of the timing here. Coinbase has debuted OTC trading for its prime customers. OTC, or over-the-counter trading, occurs between two parties directly as opposed to over an exchange, typically between an investment bank and its clients. That's why OTC, you don't see it on the volume on exchanges, but there's many evidence out there, even coming from Ripple, saying Wall Street and big institutions have been purchasing XRP, and folks have been buying Bitcoin over the counter, sometimes directly from miners. So here's a quote. We've launched our OTC business as a complement to our exchange business because we found a lot of institutions were using OTC as part of an on-ramp for crypto trading, said Christine Sandler, head of sales at Coinbase. We felt this was a huge benefit to our clients to actually leverage both our exchange and OTC business. They need to compete because Bakkt, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, and many others are offering the OTC service, right? They're going to be launching that. And so I think it's a smart move on their part. So can't go into more details there, guys. It's too much. I don't want to make this video too long for you. But some other news from Goldman Sachs. And it's not, a headline looks bad, but it's not bad because why? They are talking about crypto. If you can get Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, these big guys, to say, yeah, we're looking into crypto and we're looking at, but they said Goldman still can't hold clients' crypto assets. What they're saying, they can't provide custody yet. It's just probably, with the way they're set up as an investment bank, there's some things that they can't do yet and they may have to build out. But that's not to say they can't form a partnership with Bakkt, right? And of course they're all Wall Street guys here. ICE and parent company on the New York Stock Exchange, Goldman Sachs, they all move in the same circles. Here's let me give you some details here. Goldman Sachs Group Incorporated isn't any closer to offering one of the key services sought by clients still intrigued by cryptocurrencies amid the year's collapse in digital asset prices. Here's a quote. One of the things they asked me, can you hold our coins? And I say, no, we cannot. Justin Schmidt, the bank's head of digital asset markets, said during a conference in New York. So he was at Consensus Invest as well. One of the things we have to take into consideration when we're building out our business is what we can and cannot do from a regulatory perspective. So regulation-wise, the way they're set up, they can't provide custody services. That's not to say they can't offer trading services, but they will have to probably partner with like a Bakkt, right, to provide the custody service or some other custodian. So I hope you understand here. There's a guy, the head of digital asset markets at Goldman Sachs. They're working on it, but he's just being, transparent here. But that's not going to stop them. They're still going to keep going and try to, Try to get it all going. This I totally forgot about this. Remember the news I shared you guys with Goldman Sachs and Mike Novogratz invested in BitGo? Here's the note about it. Goldman has been among the major Wall Street banks using alternative methods such as investing last month in custodial services provided by BitGo Holdings. So they may say, hey, BitGo, we can't hold it, or tell their clients we can't hold it, but our partner BitGo will store it with them. And I'm telling you guys, nobody wants to miss the boat, not even Goldman Sachs. Keep holding on to your crypto. All right, now, so much to cover, guys. This video, I definitely want you guys to watch this. Please take the time to watch this. There's so much good stuff in this video. It's the guys from Morgan Creek Capital, crypto hedge fund investment firm, and it is so good, man. This is one of the little breakout conversations they had at Consensus Invest. A lot of insightful stuff from these guys. A lot of what I've been talking to you all about. I even tweeted about it. I said this is a must watch. I've been saying this all along. Big money is not focused on the current price. They're looking long term. Many are buying OTC. We're really in the infrastructure stage, and this is what they pretty much conveyed, that we're in the infrastructure stage, and a lot of the big money is getting in and they're buying OTC. And that's why you're not seeing it on the exchange. And these guys obviously have a lot of experience. They've been doing this for a while. So I'm going to put a link in the description. Go watch this. You won't regret it. Now, wrapping up on some quick news here, guys. Vitalik, founder of Ethereum, tweeted the following today: the CFTC primer on smart contracts. So many of you know the Ethereum smart contract platform. Ripple is working on their own as well. And this is the release today, November 27th. So you see, government is making moves. Hold. and they released the whole thing about smart contracts and the CFTC markets. What is it? What to be careful of? All that good stuff. So when you see stuff like this, guys, even Vitalik is mentioned in here. This is such a bullish sign, and I'm so excited, man. You got governments on board, you got the big money, but I want you guys to know about this, because when governments are releasing information like this, that means they're moving towards growing this market, regulating it, and those who are patient will get rewarded. It's going to pay off if you keep holding. Now, some quick XRP adoption news here, or listings, I should say. AnyPay, which is a digital cash at your business payment merchant service. You can now accept XRP for payment with tech-savvy customers. Hundreds of merchants using AnyPay point of sale noticed a new feature appear on their crypto cash register this week. Continue addition of XRP here, guys. Next, shout out to Leonidas. XT.com, a new exchange, has listed XRP with a Bitcoin pairing. And finally, Get FIFO, if this is correct, now supporting Great Britain pound and XRP. So continued listing of XRP. XRP is a base currency. XRP with fiat pairing. Great sign. And boy, I can't wait for the next bull run. I know I covered a lot here with you guys. Please let me know what you think below. Leave your thoughts and comments. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If this video was helpful, maybe it's helpful for people who are really down about the market, share this with them, because this is facts. I didn't make this up. I'm showing you facts. You can verify this, guys. But big day for crypto as far as news and what's to come. I mean, come on, man. Nasdaq, are you kidding me? The Nasdaq it's going to start with Bitcoin and Bitcoin futures, then it's going to go further. And then you have these big companies forming a crypto association. And you have all these major companies now looking ahead, looking at asset-backed tokens and tokenizing everything, guys. So huge stuff coming. Once again, I would love to hear what you guys think. And I hope you keep holding. I hope you're patient. I hope, once again, not just fazed by the prices, but looking at what's going on behind the scenes. What's the big money doing? And all signs point to growth. All signs point to the boom, the explosion of this new asset class, similar to what took place in the 90s of the internet.com boom, guys. And it's going to be great. And this technology is going to start, going mainstream, blockchain, crypto, and you're going to start seeing part of our lives. You're going to start seeing marketing on TV, billboards, print, radio, whatever it is on the internet, of investing in crypto. And I hope you keep holding. Obviously, it's not financial investment advice. I'm just giving my opinion. But I hope you see the writing on the wall here, what's to come. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.